a rabbi. I believe he's a reform rabbi named Rabbi Ammiel Hirsch, whose video of his speech during Yom Kippur services went viral. He mostly is directing this at children who are watching this on the internet. This is not a room filled with Jewish youth who are left-wing anti-Zionists. So it's very clear he's not playing to the room. He's playing to the future virality of this clip.
He's also playing to the parents of those kids who are not there. They are in the room. Their kids didn't come with them this year, and the parents are feeling very rejected and upset, and like they want someone on their side. This guy is basically, I said this on Twitter, this guy is basically if Matthew Modine played the villain character in some Stranger Things spin-off set at an Eastern Seaboard Hebrew school in the early 90s, the very early 90s, and the soundtrack, just like the Stranger Things thing, is is just total fan service for 80s nostalgia. The soundtrack would team with like early 90s Beastie Boys, like Check Your Head Beastie Boys, and PJ Harvey, and The Breeders, and fucking They Might Be Giants.
Yes.
And De La Soul. Mm-hmm. And there'd be a real big climate. You know how like Master of Puppets formed this big climactic, viral, epic Stranger Things climax scene? Well, it would be on Yom Kippur, and it would be all the students singing Hunger Strike by Temple of the Dog. We're going hungry.
Exactly.
And they'd be fasting in solidarity with Palestine, and this guy is losing control of the young Zionist minds.
Yeah. So
his theme would be Beck's Loser.
Beck's Loser.
And if you do not feel this special bond with other Jews, you're emotionally damaged, Jewishly. And I say to all of our young people.
By the way,
you're emotionally damaged, Jewishly.
That of course is on the soundboard.
You're emotionally damaged, Jewishly.
I mean, like, I feel like you're emotionally damaged Jewishly is the realest shit I've ever heard.
Oh my!
I'm like, yeah, dude. I feel like there's people who are emotionally damaged, and then there's people who are Jewishly emotionally damaged.
This guy's got mega church pastor vibes.
I know.
It's just, it's really, it's like when your two favorite worlds collide.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes the worst thing you could possibly imagine.
I love your generation.
So sweet.
I think you're amazing. Know that we tried to instill in you a sense of justice, righteousness, virtue, honor, rectitude, honesty, and decency for all people.
And other human qualities that make me bunch up my fist like this when I say them and shudder with incontrollable rage.
Anti-racism, wokeness.
I feel like he's trying to do the Barack Obama fucking
hand
thing, and it's just coming out like really aggressive.
Barack Obama's like rhetorical style and speaking pattern melted a lot of liberal Jewish brains because they were just like, that's how you sound smart and good. So now you have like Josh Shapiro, who's just like doing an Obama impression. Oh, let me be clear. Israel has a right to exist.
If I just get the cadence right.
Yeah, if I get the cadence right, I can call them human animals without people noticing.
And people think I'm nice.
And people think I'm a good guy. All right,
this guy's too seething. This guy's got much more John McCain energy.
100%.
Like every word coming out of him is like it's clenched buttocks.
It is 100%. The feeling of you're getting yelled at by your dad, and I love that he's like, this will inspire the kids.
Worse, your fucking stepdad.
Yes, yelled at by your stepdad. All right, here we go.
And if these ideals lead you to be critics of Israeli policies or the American Jewish community, so be it.
So be it, Jedi.
We did not intend.
So be it.
That's got to be on the soundboard right there.
Yeah, I should add, so be it.
So be it.
No, I have a few others, but so be it will be added.
It's for your generation to turn your backs on our people. We wanted you to be Zionists. We did not intend that our emphasis on tikkun olam, social repair, would lead some Jews to join anti-Israel demonstrations.
Wait, so let's back up for a second, where he's just like, and if this leads you to be critics of Israeli policy, so be it. But don't demonstrate about it. What are you doing? Listen, if you're a critic,
we gave you a perfectly good model for what it means to be a critic of Israeli policy.
Yeah.
It's not at rallies. It's not around non-Jews. It's certainly not around Palestinians. It's sitting at the breakfast table on Sunday morning, reading an essay in the New Yorker, lamenting that Israeli society is 15% less courteous than it was in 1978. And that Jews are shoving each other to get onto buses, and that no one smiles at each other anymore, and that might have something to do with the excesses of the occupation. That's criticism of Israel.
Yes.
And that only.
Yeah, only that. And also, Israel really has to do something about its stray cat problem. These are the issues.
To the old city?
Yeah, exactly. I understand there were many mice, but now too many cats. We got to do something.
And I say that as a Jew, and I love this country, but to love this country means to bring the hard criticisms too.
That's right.
And I just don't think its sitcoms have been up to snuff since the death of Yitzhak Rabin.
Yes, this entire speech is about the unintended consequences of his generation of Jews teaching their kids about social justice and tikkun olam, which means to heal the world or repair the world. These concepts of Jewish philanthropy and
that are supposed to remain concepts.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do them.
Yes.
You're supposed to think about them and talk about them. We taught you to make speeches using the term tikkun olam whenever you can and connecting it to anything, but don't do anything with it.
All you need to do with it is make a good graphic design poster that says heal the world in English and in Hebrew. That's what it's for. It's for posters at Hebrew day schools. It's not meant to be taken literally.
Say you feel bad for them. Don't actually feel bad for them.
Exactly. And certainly don't act on their behalf. What happened to Jews being brothers? This whole speech is also about how we've abandoned Jewish brotherhood. And the first half of this fucking speech, which hasn't gone viral, which I combed through, is just him staring at an Israeli family at a cafe. He said it's basically it starts with a story about how he's in London. He's at a cafe and he sees an Israeli family, and he sees these beautiful prepubescent girls. His words, not mine. And he talks about their innocence and their, the way that they're just living their lives. They're happy and texting and eating cheese. And it just goes into his mindset changes from like, oh, look at that happy family to I can't believe the barbarians of Hamas killed these beautiful Jewish women. Like,
look at these girls sitting right in front of me right now. Hamas killed them.
Yeah, I'm thinking about each of their pelvic bones.
Yes.
I can't help, as you do when you're in a cafe with beauty, to think of it being crushed and strangled.
Yeah. Think of them not even being able to have a fully developed mons pubis while they sit there.
The girls were on the cusp of sprouting wings. They had that pubescent look of not yet fully realizing how beautiful they would soon be.
It's such a perfect encapsulation of like the mind rot of this generation of liberal Zionists, where they literally are staring at Israeli prepubescent girls in a cafe and being like, they're too beautiful to kill. And you're just like,
God damn it!
And then, God help me, my mind went to, how come my own daughters aren't this beautiful?
Yeah, exactly. It's because I have these goddamn ugly Ashkenazi genes. I don't have the beautiful mixed Yemeni, Iraqi, Ahmadzig genes inside of me.
Quite frankly, this younger generation of North American Jews, I'm not sure Hamas would even deign to rape you.
Yeah, you're not beautiful enough, nor prepubescent enough. This guy is a straight psychopath, and I love it. Yeah, we'll continue with a little bit more of his rants.
Oh, I want more, yeah.
Yes.
I love this guy.
We did not intend for American Jews to lead Passover Seders in so-called liberated zones, liberated from Zionists, that violate not only university policies, but threaten the safety of Jew students. We did not...
Wait, okay, but just so I'm clear, these are Jewish students you're talking about who are leading Passover Seders inside of liberated zones. Proponent of dorm law, says Adam. And then you're like, but also, this is a danger to Jewish students. Which ones? Oh, you're talking about the ones who aren't at the Passover Seders. Okay, fair. Give me an example of that being an actual thing. Give me an example. And it's just like this, he's repeating the same fucking bullshit, Jewish students are in fear for their lives thing, which is hard to do while simultaneously talking about the Jews who are leading these Passover Seders. Every accusation, confession, etc. I'm going to play a little bit more.
What I love the most about the part we just saw, where he's like, we did not expect you, some Jewish students, to lead Passover Seders at pro-Palestine protests. What he's basically saying is, we never thought that was possible. We never.
Right.
It's not that they didn't expect it to happen. It blows their mind to think of the Passover service.
Yes.
Being taken.
Divorced from Zionism.
Yeah.
Repatriated from Zionism.
Yes.
And applied in this situation. He's like, you weren't supposed to use this against us.
Yes. And
he's just really, really mad, actually, that the Passover service actually does fit the purpose so well, that so many Jews did naturally do it, that it formed a massive point of solidarity and communion between activists.
Yes.
And that left Jewish Zionist students feeling very threatened, and on the outs, they had some real unsafe feelings because all of a sudden, the structures that kept their little
worldview
safe to hold without being threatened are now gone. Those guardrails are gone. And of course, these are many of the same people who we've said this a million times. This bitter herb is pressed about the bitter herb. Nice.
Nice.
These are the same people, many of them, who would have made fun of safe spaces on campus.
Oh, yeah.
You're not supposed to go to university to feel
safe.
Intellectually
safe.
You're
supposed
to have your worldview shaken up, right? But not this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is too much.
Yeah. When we said you should be critically thinking, we did not expect you to always do it. Come on, man. Sometimes you gotta just be like, well, no, I'm not thinking about that one. That one I'm going on pure gut.
Think critically about when you should sometimes just fall in line and accept everything your elders tell you.
Absolutely.
I just love the chat in the background too.
Oh yeah. The guy in the background occasionally
mug. He raises an eyebrow.
One of his like,
yeah. Every now and then he'll raise an eyebrow.
Like, oh, this guy's spitting facts.
Yeah.
Oh, this is straight fire.
This is fucking mullet.
Well, I think this guy is younger. He's a millennial, so he's like the good one in the class.
Yeah, dude. He is
like, I told them.
I
tried to tell them, Rabbi.
I told them, if you keep pantsing me, at some point,
Rabbi's really going to have it in for you.
Yeah, I'm going to be Rabbi's best friend, which makes me Hashem's best friend, which basically makes me better than you. Okay? Hey, you guys.
Or excuse Jews who burn American flags.
Fuck you.
Or support those who do.
Okay. Yeah, we've never had a tradition of supporting radical
every
opposition
in this
to
fucking
regime,
thing,
to empire.
Yeah. like it's one thing to like you're starting off talking about like how can you divorce this from Zionism, and then you got like also what are you doing burning the American flag? It's just like, can you come off it with your fucking bullshit? I'm sorry, but your entire generation, your entire liberal generation, whether or not he's specifically, you know, of this mindset, I don't know. I assume he is, but you've defined your self-identity as people who protested the Vietnam War. Eat a fat fucking dick if you're gonna pretend like now you're like burning the flag. Oh, we should never burn a flag. Shut up.
It only sucks when you don't agree with it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching that. Please like and subscribe, and please support us. Patreon.com/badhasbara or go to badhasbara.com.